Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today we are going to come up with new series, ETL testing interview question series. So here specifically which I'm going to discuss about the only ETL part, ETL testing interview questions. So specifically here we are going to focus on the only ETL part. It's not about SQL. So let's go ahead and discuss today's topic. So first, before getting into that, okay, first we are going to discuss so what is dimension in data warehouse? So the question comes in this particular way. Recently, one of the student has asked me, okay, what is dimension? So dimension is nothing but a descriptive information about that particular data. So let's take it up this. Dimension tables are, these tables contain descriptive attributes related to the measures of the fact table. When it comes to dimensional modeling, right? So we do have a star schema, snowflake schema, which I have explained in another video. You can go through it. So in that, basically, we are going to design the data in such a way that dimension tables and fact tables. Dimension table means it's a descriptive information about the data. Descriptive information about the data, especially let's take it up some examples. Examples of dimension attributes is nothing but a product names, customer names, time period, location names, and as well as reason names. These are the things which we can consider as a dimension tables. What is fact table? For example, fact tables is nothing but a measurable values. Measurable values. For example, let's take it up how much sales is happened on particular date. Okay, location wise sales as well as and is reason wise sales as well as you can take it up. It's kind of city wise sales and even store wise sales. These kind of data which we are going to get it through fact tables. But when it comes to fact tables which contains key performance indicators, nothing but a KPIs. So if you wanted to identify key performance indicators based on the different perspectives, we should have dimension tables. So it's a combination of both the things we are going to do that. So dimension, whenever they are going to ask you about the interview question, what is dimension tables? Dimension tables are descriptive information about the fact tables. For example, let's take it up product name, customer name, as well as branch name. These kind of details you can mention and you can give the details. And when it comes to fact tables is nothing but a which contain measurable information, which we can say it's a, for example, if you can take store sales on a particular day, location wise sales on particular day, location wise sales on particular year and particular month. These kind of things which you need to tell. And after that, very important question, what is SCD? What is SCD? What are the types of SCDs in data warehouse? Data warehouse. SCD means slowly changing dimensions. It's a one of the type of dimension which we are going to use it in data warehouse. It is a slowly changing dimension is a concept and technique which is used in data warehouse to handle the how when we are changing the data, into the dimensions, how which way we are going to hold that particular information, that descriptive information, which way we are going to hold. It's nothing but a one of the concept and technique. Okay. So simply instead of telling this much, okay, simply you can say like this. SCD means slowly changing dimension, which is a concept and technique which we are going to use it as part of data warehouse. Specifically, SCDs are multiple types of SCD types are there. SCD type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 6. So these are the different types of SCD types are there. First, let's understand SCD. Okay. So what kind of SCD types are there and with examples. So here, as I earlier mentioned, it is a concept and technique which we are going to use it in data warehousing to handle the changes, dimension attributes over the time. Let me go with the example, then you will understand. So in data warehouse, dimension tables represent descriptive information, descriptive data, such as customer information, product details, location data. Sometimes these attributes may change over the time, and manage these changes is essential to maintain historical accuracy and facilitate meaningful data analysis. Okay. What are the types are there? SCD types are SCD type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3. So let's go ahead and discuss about this SCD type 0. Type 0 and type, I'm going to explain in the Excel sheet. And type 2, type 1, type 3, type 1, type 2, type 3, I'm going to explain today. Type 4 and type 6 in further videos, I'm going to explain. Type 1. For example, SCD type 1, in a simple way, we can say, for example, let's take it up. Let's take it up one example. So in type 1, just you are, if the change is happening and you are going to overwrite the data. In type 2, we are going to maintain historical current data as well as historical data based on the start date and effective date. And type 3, we are going to maintain current and previous information, and older information we are not going to maintain. How we are going to maintain each one, let's discuss in this example. Okay, first we are going to discuss about the SCD type 0. For example, let's consider in ETL we have a source as well as target. Source is nothing but a OLTP database and target is nothing but a data warehouse table. Data warehousing or data warehousing table. For example, let's take it up employee number. Let's take it up these 5 columns. Okay. For example, first we have a table employee number, employee name, salary, age, location, and fax number. And for example, let's take it up. Okay. First time you are loading this particular thing. Okay. And consider it. This has been loaded first time. Okay. Later point of time. Okay. Later point of time, this fax number. Nowadays, most of the guys are not using fax numbers. So we need not to have this, we need not to store this information. It's not going to make any sense. So the fax number has been changed to 30. Okay. So this case, we are not going to update this particular value. We are not going to update this particular value. This is called type 0. Even though this data is available in the source, we are not going to update in the target. So this is called SCD type 0. Okay. Now let's get into SCD type 2. Okay. And most of the times we are not going to use this. In entire my career, I never use this particular SCD type 0. So nobody going to even ask you in interview as well. Sometimes they may check your knowledge in terms of data warehousing concept. That time they are going to ask you SCD type 0. But whenever you are going to explain, ignore this particular thing. For your information, I am explaining. But when it comes to interview perspective, directly you can start with the SCD type 1. For example, let's take it up. Here we have 4 columns. Employee name, SCD type 1. This is the source data is there. Okay. In OLTP database, we have an employee number. These 2 records are there. First time you are going to done, you are having like this. When you are doing initial load, right? Just you are going to done, you are going to load this data into the target like this. So first time you have loaded, and second time, what is happening? Raghu is in USA. Now he came back to Bangalore. Okay. So we have 2 records in OLTP database. First, it is in USA state. Raghu is in USA, and we have 4 attributes. One is employee number, employee name, salary, age, as well as 5 attributes are there. Employee number, employee name, salary, age, location. Okay. First time we have this, and after that, after Raghu came back to India. Okay. Raghu came back to India. Let's consider it. He came to Bangalore. Okay. His address has been changed. So in SCD type 1, in SCD type 1, what is going to happen? So when you have an incremental data like this, straight away it is going to update like this. So the existing record going to be overwritten. Straight away we can say it's a simple update. We are not going to maintain any history. Here we are not going to maintain any history. Just we are updating the record. We are going to update this particular record. Whatever the changes are happening, entire thing you are going to update it. So this is called SCD type 1. So this is fine. SCD type is completed. Now let's get into SCD type 2. So let's understand. In SCD type 2, first time, let's not even worry about this. Okay, let's hide it. Okay, first time you have this records. Okay, you have this records. what two records are there? This data is not available. Let's understand. So this is the source and you are going to update into the target. Nothing but a first time you are going ahead and sorry, 1 minute. So first time you have a data like this. So once you have this data, okay, then what is going to happen? Let's understand this. Once you have this data, first Raghu and Ramesh, you have a 5 columns. In these 5 columns, okay, all the data going to come like this. Okay, and it is going to update it. Once it is updated, in SCD type 2, you have a very important thing, additional columns which is going to happen. Additional column, it is going to happen. Why it is going to happen additional columns? For example, why we are going to do that? So SCD type 2, which holds history information, In SCD type 2, we are going to hold the history information in row wise. So which means, suppose, for example, first time we have this, okay, Raghu. Here we are going to maintain start date, effective start date and effective end date. How we are going to maintain? First time when you have a effective start date, okay, let's consider it. You can maintain like this 1900 and 12 and 31 like this, or 1900 01 and 01 you can maintain, and effective end date will be like this. So this is the one way of doing it. But in a simpler perspective, what I can say, effective start date is nothing but a current date. Today is 7/20. Okay, 2000. Let's consider it in India format. 27/2023. So this is the current date, and the end date will be 12, 31, 12, and 2023. So this is going to happen for both the records. And after that, what happened? Next, immediately, okay, we have a change. For Raghu, okay, previously he was in USA. Now incremental data came into picture. Now Raghu came into Bangalore and Ramesh went to USA. So what is going to happen here? Again, these records will come. Okay, and this particular dates. Okay, here we are going to maintain surrogate key. Surrogate key is nothing but a system generated key to maintain the uniqueness of the record. So who's going to generate this key? So Informatica Power Center going to generate, whether it is the Informatica, Talent, or any other ETL tool based on your environment. It is going to generate it. So here 1, 2, after that 3, 4. So we have updated this data. Now, how this date is going to be effective? Sorry, 1 minute, please. So here it should go with the like this. Okay. Here it should go 9999. Sorry for that. So here it should be infinite date. Okay. So once these records came, for example, it came tomorrow. So these dates will come here. These dates will come here in the next records. Okay. And whatever the previous date, tomorrow's date, nothing but a 21st 07 2023. 21 07 2023 will come here. So what about the end date? End date also it is going to be current date only. So when you are updating the record, that particular date, it is going to be replicated here. That particular date is going to replicate here. So which means nothing but this particular records. Okay, when it is updated automatically, surrogate key is going to be generated. Just here, employee key is a surrogate key. And here I'm mentioning always sequence number. There is no repetition of these numbers. It is always a sequence number. It is a unique number. And here you can see it is a duplicate. But even though here it is a duplicate record, but here surrogate based on surrogate key and dates. So if you understand, right, here in SCD type 2, you are maintaining row level history. Here you are maintaining Raghu twice. Suppose if it is happening third time also, same thing you are going to do that. Again, third time, okay. Let's do here, okay, unhide. So again, new data came, okay, incremental data, one more record came, okay, incremental data. See here, these guys came into both they came to Hyderabad, okay. This guy came Hyderabad and this guy came Hyderabad, okay. Both they came into Hyderabad. Then what is going to happen here? New same records going to be updated, but here sequence number going to be updated. Surrogate key is going to be updated. Once it is updated, again this 12, 31, 12, 999, right? This particular record going to come here. This particular data is going to come here. For example, 2207, these records came additional incremental data. So same thing here also going to update its effective start date and effective end date also going to be updated for previous records. Remember this. So previous records, it is going to be effective end date, and as well as effective start date for new record. So current date going to be updated as effective end date, and current date is nothing but the effective start date for the current record, and previous record effective end date. So this is the way SCD type 2 be going to be updated. How can you fetch? Using dense rank, you are going to fetch these values. Latest record you are going to fetch using dense rank. So ignore this part. Ignore this part. Just focus on this part. Let me reiterate again. First time this data came. So what happened? You are maintaining additional 3 columns. One is surrogate key, another is effective start date and effective end date. First time what happened? This particular data going to be loaded, all the data, all columns. Additionally, what is going to happen? Though the current date of that particular, when the record came, that particular current date, and now end date will be 12, 31, 12, 999, like that will be there, higher date. And after that, next time again incremental data, location change. Then again this surrogate key will be generated 3, 4, and the data going to be updated here. And then this particular 31, whatever we have, right? The current date of that particular date, this current date, when the record came, this current date, and here it is going to update current date. At the same time, this record going to be end date also, it is going to replicate same date, and here it will come like this, 31 bar. And after again new record will come. So the current date of when the record will come, that particular date, and higher date will happen. So this is the way SCD type going to hold. Even if you do 10 times transaction, 10 times changes for that particular location, 10 times it is going to hold all prehistorical records in SCD type 2. SCD type 2. Very, very important thing is SCD type 2, which holds the entire history information, as well as it is going to maintain the versions based on the effective start date and effective end date. How it is going to happen? As earlier mentioned, just you can convey the same. And what about the SCD type 3? SCD type 3, which hold partial information, partial history information. For example, let's take these 5 columns. Okay, 5 columns. First time, what is going to happen? Let's keep it this particular thing. Okay. First time, what happened? First time you are going to load this data. Okay. So when you are loading this particular data, so let's understand this. When you are loading this data, what is going to happen? It is going to load that like this. Okay. It is going to load like this. Then after that, again, this changes happen. Okay. Let's consider it Hyderabad. Both of the guys Hyderabad came. Okay. Hyderabad. Then Hyderabad came. Then what is going to happen here? You are going to maintain additional column, nothing but a previous location column. There in SCD type 2, you are going to maintain, okay, row level history. But in SCD type 3 here, you are maintaining column level history. So previously this USA location is going to be here, USA Bangalore, and this new record, whatever the update is going to happen like this. And suppose If again salary also it is changed. Previously 80,000 and 20,000. Now it changed to 40,000 and here 1 lakh. Okay. So they got a this particular thing. Okay. Here you are going to. So here again previous salary. So here this 20,000, 80,000 will go here, and whatever the updates which is going to come here. So very simple if you understand this. So and again this change to 1,20,000. 1,20,000. What is going to happen? This 1 lakh is going to be overwritten previous record and 1,20,000 going to be here. So very simple way I can say in history in SCD type 3, okay, which holds partial information, and second thing is it is going to maintain column level history. Okay, it is going to maintain column level history, current and column level history. So you can next point is very simple. So here it always maintain current and latest previous version record. And you can mention like this. For example, if you take employee table, first time Raghu and Ramesh is in Bangalore and USA. Post that they move to Hyderabad. Then we are going to maintain the current data as well as previous data. Previous data where we are going to maintain, we are creating additional column, previous location. Post that again, this location has been changed to Canada. Okay, both of them. Canada has been changed. Okay, then this particular current information. Okay, this Canada going to update in location. Hyderabad going to update in previous location. And what about the Bangalore and USA? That particular information is going to be overwritten. We are not going to maintain that particular thing. Okay. So out of it, all the things, whatever we have SCD type 1, type 2, type 3. So which one we can choose as part of our data warehouse? So let me give you one scenario to make it conclusion. So SCD type 1 and type 3, if you wanted to hold history information is less and it is not useful for you, then you need not to maintain SCD type 2. And if the business is looking for entire historical information to analyze, as well as they wanted to summarize, they wanted to go ahead and see the trends, then they can go ahead and they can do the SCD type 2. So that's all for the day. And you can comment in the comment section so that I'll answer for your question. Thank you guys. Have a great day, great evening ahead. Thank you guys. And please subscribe the channel. I see a lot of folks are watching the videos, but they are not subscribing. Please share and subscribe the channel so that it will reach more people. They'll get benefited out of it. Thank you guys.